What's up, guys? Welcome back to Whiskey and Motorcycles, and we're gonna get back on the chopper this week. So if you tuned in last week, you know we left off with taking the seat bar out, moving this wheel up, kind of figuring out what we're gonna need to do with that, and also mocked up a pedal for well, this one's gonna be the brake pedal. So with that being said, this week I'm going to work on maybe a little bit of both of those, but I'm also going to try to work on getting this pipe bent. Just depends on how quickly I can get this sand dried. So I have a jar of sand that I tactically borrowed from the park, and we're going to use that after I dry it. Put that in the tube and be able to bend that with some heat. I picked up the tubing the other day for this bike and for another project that I want to do eventually. But and then I also got another plate because I have enough here on this plate, I believe, to make another pedal, but I'm also going to be redoing this one. I don't mind it, and I think if I did what I wanted to do out of all those marks and all that, I would like it better. However, I want to put a little bend in this, kind of like you see. You can kind of, this one doesn't do it a whole lot. Let me see my soft tail. Soft tail kind of has it where it kind of gradually goes up, but I'm going to kind of do just a little degree bend, something like that. So I'm going to just kind of take a little bit of this from that, put my stuff that I've already kind of done to it, and just kind of morph them all together and make a new pedal and see what I think of that. If I don't like that, I'll make another one. I want to be happy with this bike at the end of the day, so I need to do that. But before I do anything, I had the garage open the other day, and the wind and everything was blowing like crazy here. So there's leaves all over the floor, and I'm going to be using a torch and stuff today. So I'm going to get all these leaves cleaned up first so we don't start any unnecessary fires in the garage tonight. Other than that, just stick around. I don't know where I'll bring you back to because I don't know when we'll start first, but I got plenty to do, so I'll catch you guys in just a second. All right, guys, so I'm back. It's a couple days later. I got the garage cleaned up the other night, and I worked on the brake pedal a little more. I cut out how I had it marked, and I mean, it turned out pretty good. I still didn't do these bends yet. I was going to, but I think I'm gonna go a completely different direction with it. It's something I wasn't sure I wanted to, but now I'm going to at least make one and try it and see what it looks like. I have another idea in my head, and I think it might even be a little easier. I think it might go with the bike a little bit better. I don't know. I'm not super happy with this. Even if I like completely remade it into kind of like what I think I want now, I'm not sure if that's what I want to do. So with that being said, I'm going to also just not mess with those for a little while, because even with this one I've made, I'm gonna have to have some kind of linkage, and I don't know exactly what kind of brake master cylinder I'm getting yet. I have a pretty good idea. I think I know which one, but I haven't bought it. I haven't got it, so I can't say for sure. And then I kind of want to get that stuff first before I continue. Pretty much the same with the other side. Since I'm doing the foot clutch, I either need to try to build that little mechanism that makes the foot clutch work, or order the one that the company makes. Can't remember what it is now. I think it's Bex Fab. It used to be something else, but now I think Bex Fab took over. So, but I was going to give it a shot and try to make my own. I have a forum that I had looked up a long time ago, and pretty much tells you step by step how to do it. It seemed pretty easy, so figured I'd try to do that first, and if I completely fail, well, then I got a backup. So I want to get those two things knocked out before I kind of continue with the pedals. So we are going to try to do this bend in the bar, I went and snagged a jar of sand. I tactically acquired it from the park volleyball pit, and it's been kind of wet and rainy here the last few days, so the sand was wet, and I put it in the oven at like 250 for 45 minutes, and it dried it right up. It's not perfect sand. As you can see, there's kind of small rocks and stuff in it, but it should work for what we're doing. So we'll pack that down in the pipe and see what we get. I'm going to try to bend it the best of my abilities of how I want it. I still don't know for sure what I'm going to do kind of to get that one bend just right. I'd like to be able to have a jig to bend it around, but I don't think that's going to be quite possible. So I'm probably just going to kind of take a hanger and put it on the bike and bend it how I want it to be, and then kind of heat the pipe up and kind of keep putting the hanger back and forth. That's how I've seen most people do it that are doing it how I'm going to do it with filling the sand. So yeah, after the other night, I didn't have the sand. I didn't want to take the time to dry it, and I kind of got distracted rearranging the garage a little bit. I moved the drill press and my torch set over here by the lathe, and put this black toolbox that used to be over here, and then I was going to get rid of it, and I moved it over here for a while. But those bolts, parts, pins things that I've had on the bench over here forever that I've been wanting to put up, I finally hung those up and just put this over here. I may end up keeping that box now. I don't know, but I've just been kind of rearranging the garage and getting things kind of how I want them. I don't know. As I get things in here, things change. I decide something looks better, works better a different way, so I move it around. But anyways, I'm gonna quit yapping and put this camera down and get this this tubing set up to try to bend. All right, so you've seen a little bit of me trying to bend the tubing. I took it off, held it up against the bike. The bend was not even at all. I just didn't like it. It looked like shit to me. So I pondered and tried to find something that I can make pretty much like a jig out of, so I can do it perfect and not have to too much worry about going off of, you know, a thing, because I'm not real good at heating just the right spots to get around. I haven't done this enough to do that. So I flipped my my vise that you guys always see me use over, and I welded one end to this brake here, the old brake rotor on the bottom, and I just slowly heated it all the way around as far as I could with my little cheater pipe here. Then I hit it a few times on the end where I couldn't, you know, use the cheater bar anymore, just to kind of give me some extra room. I cut this pipe longer than it needed to be anyway, so I should have plenty of pipe there. But we'll see. It's very hot now because I had the whole thing red hot. Plus, not only that, but it's got that sand in there. So we're gonna let that cool for a little bit, and then I may even just cut one of the ends out, pour the sand out, to help cool a little faster, because not having all that mass inside should help cool it. But in the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and get some shit off this bench, rip this rear wheel out, mark where I need right here with some kind of marker. But anyways, and then I'm gonna grind this down to just the frame, so I can start working on getting that tube put in. I'm gonna try to notch it out a little bit. I never done that before either, but I've seen some videos and stuff on some easy tip ways to do it, so I'll try one of those and see how it goes. But either way, I'll get it notched in there good enough so I can put a decent weld around it, and it'll be fine. It'll hold in there good and it'll look good. Other than that, that's where I'm at right now. That took a little while, and I knew it would, but I finally just had to. I gotta stick with it. It's late. It's already like almost midnight, but I haven't got a whole lot of chances to work on this chopper lately. And I'm also about to do some stuff at work for like 2 weeks where I won't really be around, even at home much. I'm doing some SEER training, and it's going to take up a full 15 days of my time pretty much. So I doubt I'll even get to look at this bike. So I really got to take my time where I can, because then after that, I finished the day before Thanksgiving of that training. Then I got Thanksgiving, then I go back to work. I got a little bit, and then next thing you know, it'll be Christmas time. My parents will be here, and we'll be celebrating all that. So time is flying with everything else, and I have very little time for stuff like this because I'm also always busy with other stuff. So like I said, I'm just trying to stick it out and do these late nights like I used to, and try to get some stuff done on this bike so we can get rolling hopefully next summer and ride this thing down the road. All right, so I've just been working. I haven't recorded a whole lot. This video is probably gonna be way too much of me talking, but I've just been trying to get work done and get it together as much as I can. So got the frame cleaned up, and the tube that was on that thing, I mean, I did all the grinding, all the cutting. It took a good probably 30 minutes to clean the back of the frame between doing all that and whatever. I went over to that tubing that I had bent. It was still warm, and I hadn't cut it open yet. So finally I cut it open, and I vacuumed out most of the sand, and then I cut the other side open so it would flow through, and made sure all the sand was vacuumed out. But what I did after that is after I opened up that other end, I just let the vacuum suck through there for a good maybe about a minute, and came back and just sucking that cold air through there. It was good enough. Cooled it down, took it over to the bike. I took some real rough cuts of kind of where I wanted it to be. I'm pretty happy. Obviously it probably doesn't look super good. It kind of looks distorted because of how those cuts are. However, I'm about to go mark about where I need it and measure it out. And I just made me a notching jig or whatever you want to call it. So I took that other spacer bar that was already on there off, and it's already all notched out, right? So I'll put that back in there, put the frame right back where it needs to be. But I took this video I watched, showed me how to make a template for it, and he normally uses like paper folders, some thick cardboard, and he keeps them or whatever, but it's late. I'm just trying to get some stuff done. I don't really necessarily need to keep this right now. So I made me one out of paper and a little bit of masking tape. So I can slide that right over the tube. As you can see, all I got to do is position it where I need it, mark it with a marker, and then go to town with the grinder. Grind it down and put it in there and hope for the best. So still pushing on. I'm not going to give up until I get this done tonight, because at this point now I'm super excited. I've been wanting to do this forever, but it was kind of nerve-wracking, I guess. I don't know why. I knew it may be a pain in the ass, but at the end of the day, it really wasn't that bad. Took a little time to do, and I could probably do it a little bit better next time now that I know kind of how. But this one turned out just fine. And I think once I get it on there and, you know, kind of sand it down to where it needs to be and stuff like that, it'll look just fine. So yeah, just to kind of bring you guys up to date with where I'm at, because like I said, I've not been filming every step because, one, I've yapped way too much on this video, but two, it's just way easier to get some things done when I set the camera down and just get to it. So speaking of getting to it, I got to get back to it. See you guys in just a little bit. All right. Well, it is 2:28 on Thursday morning. So when you guys are watching this, it'll be the next day, and it'll be Halloween. So happy Halloween, everybody. If you're watching this on the day the video is released, I'm calling it quits. I still gotta go to work in the morning today, and I've worked on this for quite a while now. Got a lot done. Could keep working. I keep telling myself I was going to stop, and I keep going. I got one bung halfway kind of ground down-ish. I'll make it look better before I put them back on there. But this is what it turned out to look like. And it's only welded a little bit up here and here. Just a little bit more than tacked it in place. It's kind of hard to tell because obviously the fender isn't set where it needs to be. But I did measure it out from the axle to where each side was, and it's pretty right on. I'm definitely happy with it. I think the last thing I left you guys with was doing the coping on those tubings, and I made that little jig. But what I didn't think about or realize when I first did it was that was for a 90-degree, and this is nowhere near a 90-degree. So that took a little bit of just trial and error, really, and it's still not perfect, as you can see. I'll have to put some filler in there before I weld that, and there's a little bit up there. However, it's not a big deal at all. Got plenty of stuff I can do that with. I don't know. Either way, I'm super happy with it. I'm stoked it looks good. And I'm really glad I went with this style I don't think I actually told you guys in the beginning of the video. I told you I had a couple of different ideas on how to do it. And what I was really wanting to do was go kind of like straight out. That way the bung that I had would still be straight on the tubing. And then bend it up and around and then come back straight again and 90 it over. When I first started bending the tube, I was kind of gonna do that, and it was kind of hard, like I said, to try to bend it just right without having something to bend it to. So that's why I was like, man, I just want to do this. And now that I've done it, I'm so glad I did it because it just looks cleaner to me. It's just one smooth bend all the way around, and yeah, I'm super stoked that that's what it is. Next week's video will not be on the chopper. I have something else planned. Hopefully I can get to it. It's going to require some decent weather, and it's supposed to rain for the next week here, it seems. So we'll see. But right now, as I'm planning, it's not going to be about the chopper, but it is going to be something fun and interesting, I think. So make sure you check it out. And then the following week, we should be back on the chopper, and at minimum, at least getting those bungs completely cleaned back up and put on, and get the seat put back on the bike with that rear tube completely welded back up. So that's my plan right now for the next 2 weeks. I'll see if I get extra time, get to do more things than that, but for sure, at least be looking forward to that. Like I said, next week's not on the chopper, but it should be pretty cool. Something interesting at least, and something informative to some, maybe not to others, but I've only got a little bit of time left to be able to put out some odd videos like that, kind of, so I want to do that now before we get totally back in the chopper. But I'll still try to throw something different in there every once in a while so you don't get bored of the chopper. But right now, the way it's going, we're really digging back into it. So I don't think you guys will get bored, but at least I won't. I don't have time to get bored. I've got so much to do to it. But either way, thanks for sticking around. Thanks for watching this video. And make sure you like and comment on the bottom. Let me know what you think, how that turned out. I'm happy with it. If you have any pointers or ideas of how I could have done that different or easier, let me know for sure. I'm still learning. I'm no professional at this at all, but if you're new to the channel too, if this is your first video, make sure you jump down and subscribe if you like what you see. And until next week, thanks guys.